Hello friends! What if today wasn't just another day on the calendar, but a cosmic crossroad where Western astrology, Druid wisdom, Vedic stars, flower symbolism, stone guardians, and even numerology all whispered their secrets at once? October 3rd is one of those rare days where the energies overlap like a multicolored tapestry, and the universe practically begs us to listen. So let's take this journey together, sign by sign, system by system, to uncover what this day has in store. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Now let's continue. Aries, March 21st to April 19th. Western astrology. The moon lights up your 7th house of partnerships, making this the perfect day to focus on cooperation rather than competition. Watch out for impulsive decisions, especially in business deals. Today's celestial spotlight shines on your partnerships, whether personal, romantic, or professional. The moon's placement in your 7th house means relationships of all kinds rise to the forefront, asking you to think less about how to win and more about how to share. For Aries, who is naturally competitive and often thrives on independence, this shift can feel both refreshing and slightly challenging. Instead of charging ahead, consider slowing down to ask, how can I truly hear the other person? The universe pushes you to cooperate, negotiate, and recognize that success is sweeter when it's shared. At the same time, the fiery Aries energy can make you jump too quickly into agreements or commitments without seeing the whole picture. That's why this alignment warns against impulsive decisions, particularly in financial or business settings. Deals made today need careful review. A tempting offer might look like a quick win but could contain hidden strings. If you pause, listen, and evaluate rather than react, you'll not only strengthen your partnerships but also discover opportunities to grow in ways that competition alone could never provide. This is a day where compromise becomes a secret weapon and patience becomes your power move. Druid horoscope. You're aligned with the maple tree, symbolizing balance between fire and serenity. Today, you may feel pulled between acting boldly and sitting still to reflect. The Druidic tradition associates Aries energy today with the maple tree, a symbol of duality, the fire that burns brightly within you and the serenity of stillness that allows wisdom to grow. Imagine standing before a majestic maple, its branches stretch high, reaching for the sun, yet its roots are steady, grounded deep in the earth. That is your challenge today, to embody both bold action and quiet reflection. Aries is not usually comfortable with stillness. Your nature is to move, to ignite, to conquer. But today, the maple whispers that balance is not weakness, it is mastery. You may feel torn between wanting to leap into action and sensing a call to step back, breathe, and observe. This pull is not meant to frustrate you, but to remind you that every warrior needs moments of contemplation to sharpen their blade. If you lean too far into action, you risk burning out. If you lean too much into passivity, you lose momentum. The maple teaches that you can do both. Act when the timing feels right, rest when your spirit tells you to pause. In this balance lies your greatest strength, a harmony of flame and calm that keeps you centered and powerful. Vedic insight. Mars, your ruling planet, is strong today, giving you drive, but Saturn's position warns of karmic consequences if you cut corners. Act with integrity. In the Vedic sky, your ruler Mars blazes bright, gifting you with stamina, determination, and raw courage. You may wake up with extra energy, feeling unstoppable, eager to chase goals, finish projects, or take daring steps. This surge is your cosmic fuel. But Saturn, the great teacher of karma, stands in a position that reminds you, shortcuts will not serve you. In fact, if you try to bypass responsibility or act without considering the long-term consequences, Saturn will ensure that the lesson finds you quickly and firmly. Today's success, therefore, comes not from speed but from integrity. Mars provides the drive, Saturn provides the discipline, and you must balance them. If you channel Mars without Saturn, your fire burns recklessly. if you let Saturn dominate, you may feel blocked. Together, however, they shape a powerful force that allows you to act decisively yet responsibly. Consider how your actions today ripple outward. Every choice carries karmic weight, and Saturn demands honesty and accountability. If you lead with integrity, you not only avoid pitfalls but also set in motion positive karmic cycles that support you for months to come. Flower horoscope. The tulip is your bloom today, radiating simplicity and honesty. Speak from the heart. The flower that guides Aries today is the tulip, a bloom known for its elegance, clarity, and openness. Unlike the rose with its complex layers and thorns, the tulip stands tall with a simple, honest beauty. This reflects the energy you need to embody. You may be tempted to complicate things, to overthink, or to hide your true feelings behind a facade of toughness. But today the tulip urges you to strip away the extra and express what you truly feel. If you're in a conversation with a partner, friend, or colleague, resist the urge to posture or defend. Instead, speak directly and kindly from the heart. This simplicity will win trust and create deeper bonds than any strategic maneuver could. The tulip also suggests vulnerability. Sometimes being straightforward feels risky, but today, it is exactly what others need from you. Imagine a tulip blooming in spring. It does not ask permission, it simply unfolds in its own time, revealing its essence. That is your lesson today. Be authentic, be open, and you'll find that honesty unlocks doors that force or persuasion never could. Stone horoscope. Your guardian is red jasper, enhancing courage while grounding your fiery energy. Keep it close if negotiations arise. Red jasper is your ally today, a stone long cherished for its ability to both ignite courage and anchor restless energy. Aries, as a fire sign, you often run hot, impulsive, daring, eager to leap before you look. While this makes you brave, it can sometimes scatter your focus or lead you into unnecessary battles. Red jasper balances that tendency. It grounds you, keeping your fire steady rather than chaotic, and strengthens your resolve when you need to stand your ground. In negotiations, discussions, or any situation where stakes feel high, having this stone nearby acts like carrying a shield. It bolsters confidence but also encourages patience and clarity. Instead of charging forward with raw force, you'll feel supported to choose your words carefully and act from strength rather than haste. Red jasper also has a protective quality, shielding you from manipulation or energy drain in encounters where power dynamics are at play. Today, when the universe places partnership and cooperation in focus, this stone ensures you remain both courageous and centered. Numerology. Today is about leadership, but instead of pushing ahead, lead by listening first. Numerology paints October 3rd with the vibration of the number 1, a number of independence, initiation, and leadership. For Aries, already a sign that thrives on being first and taking charge, this may feel like a natural fit. The impulse to lead will be strong, but the hidden key today lies in how you choose to embody leadership. The universe challenges you to redefine what it means to be first. Instead of pushing, commanding, or insisting, you are invited to lead by listening. True leaders create space for others to shine. They inspire by understanding, not just by directing. This is the paradox of today. Your strength comes not from asserting dominance, but from showing empathy. Imagine a leader who pauses before making a decision, who considers all voices, who listens with sincerity before acting. That is the kind of leadership the number 1 calls you to embody now. If you embrace this softer form of authority, you'll find people willingly follow, respect deepens, and your influence extends further than force ever could. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Western. Venus blesses your finances, but indulgence lurks. That latte or shopping spree could feel irresistible. Choose wisely. Today, Venus, your ruling planet, shines a gentle light on your financial sector, suggesting opportunities for growth, abundance, or comfort. You may notice that money flows a little easier or that a small opportunity to increase your wealth appears, perhaps through work recognition, an unexpected bonus, or even a gift. However, Venus also represents pleasure, and that's where the challenge comes in. The temptation to indulge in luxuries, whether it's an expensive latte, an online shopping cart, or a spontaneous splurge, will be strong. As a Taurus, you love comfort, beauty, and sensory delights, and Venus amplifies this tendency. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but the stars caution moderation. If you go overboard, the short-term joy may turn into long-term regret. Think of Venus's gift today as a test. Can you enjoy beauty without excess? Can you honor abundance while remaining practical? If you manage this balance, you'll find not only financial stability but also a deeper appreciation for the luxuries you allow yourself. Druid. The walnut tree guides you, a sign of deep reflection and protection. Spend time in nature to recharge. In the Druid horoscope, your spirit is aligned today with the walnut tree, a symbol of wisdom, reflection, and sacred protection. The walnut is not a tree of rash decisions. It grows slowly, steadily, and deliberately, offering shelter and sustenance to those who respect its strength. For you, this means today is best spent in thought and grounding rather than rushing forward. If you've been wrestling with choices, financial, emotional, or personal, the walnut advises you to step back and reflect deeply before acting. Nature itself becomes your ally. A quiet walk outdoors, the feel of earth beneath your feet, or the rustle of leaves above your head will recharge your energy and help you see clearly. The walnut also has protective qualities. It is said to ward off negativity and keep away energies that would harm you. This suggests that if you create stillness and stay connected to your inner wisdom, you'll find yourself shielded from the noise and chaos around you. Reflection today is not avoidance, it is the fertile soil where your next wise step will grow. Vedic. With Venus transiting a friendly sign, your charm works wonders. But Ketu whispers that hidden fears may rise, face them calmly. Vedic astrology shows Venus smiling upon you as it moves through a favorable sign, enhancing your charm, attractiveness, and ability to connect with others. Conversations flow more smoothly, and you may notice people are drawn to you without effort. This is a day when your natural warmth and steady presence can disarm tension and create harmony. But there's another side. Ketu, the mystical south node of the moon, stirs hidden fears and insecurities. These may rise unexpectedly, often in subtle ways: a sudden doubt, a fleeting anxiety, or a memory that pulls at your heart. The key is not to suppress or deny these feelings but to face them calmly. If you acknowledge your vulnerabilities, they lose their power. Venus helps you soften into these moments, reminding you that vulnerability does not diminish your charm. It makes you more relatable and real. In fact, by allowing yourself to be both grounded and open, you transform potential fears into deeper connections with those around you. Flower. The rose, symbolizing love and truth, surrounds you today. Conversations with loved ones may feel more vulnerable but deeply healing. The rose is your flower today, and its message is as timeless as it is profound. Known as the universal symbol of love, beauty, and truth, the rose invites you to approach relationships with openness and authenticity. Conversations with loved ones may feel tender, even vulnerable, but this vulnerability carries healing power. Just as a rose has both soft petals and protective thorns, today asks you to balance openness with healthy boundaries. You may feel called to express something you've held back, an emotion, a truth, or even an apology. Doing so with sincerity can bring profound relief and deepen your bonds. The rose reminds you that love is not just about sweetness, it is also about honesty. By choosing truth over pretense, you create relationships that last. Surrounding yourself with roses today, whether literal or symbolic, reinforces this energy, encouraging you to embrace both beauty and truth in all interactions. Stone. Emerald supports emotional stability, enhancing your Venusian grace. Emerald, your stone of the day, has long been associated with Venus and is revered for its ability to promote love, balance, and emotional stability. As a Taurus, you naturally crave security and harmony, and the emerald magnifies these qualities, helping you feel centered even when life tugs you in different directions. If you find yourself navigating emotional conversations or financial choices, this stone grounds you, ensuring your decisions come from a place of calm rather than stress. Emerald also enhances your natural Venusian grace, making your presence soothing and magnetic to others. It's not about drawing attention loudly. Instead, emerald supports a quiet radiance that attracts respect and admiration. Carrying or wearing emerald today will remind you to stay steady, to honor your heart without losing your head, and to embrace your natural gifts of beauty and loyalty. Numerology. October 3rd reduces to 1, nudging you to start something new. Even a small project can blossom long-term. The numerological energy of this day reduces to the number 1, which symbolizes beginnings, independence, and initiative. For you, Taurus, this doesn't necessarily mean a dramatic overhaul of your life. Instead, the universe nudges you to start something small but meaningful. It might be the first step toward a new routine, a creative project, or even a personal commitment to improve your well-being. Though small, this seed has the potential to blossom into something long-lasting, especially with your Taurus persistence. The energy of 1 is bold and pioneering, but your earthy nature ensures that whatever you start today won't be a fleeting whim, it will have roots. Trust yourself to plant wisely. The smallest effort made today could grow into a source of stability, joy, or abundance in the months ahead. Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. Western, Mercury, your ruler, harmonizes with Jupiter. Expect fresh ideas and expanded horizons. Keep a notebook handy. Your thoughts are gold today. This is one of those rare cosmic alignments where your natural Gemini brilliance shines with extra radiance. Mercury, your ruling planet, is known as the messenger of the gods, swift, curious, endlessly adaptable, and when it harmonizes with Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, expansion, and growth, the result is a day where your thoughts carry unusual weight and possibility. Your mind may feel as if it's buzzing with electricity, ideas tumbling over one another like dominoes. Don't dismiss even the strangest flashes of inspiration, because under this transit, what begins as a casual thought can quickly develop into a grand plan or opportunity. It's the kind of energy that makes writers fill pages, speakers capture audiences, and innovators sketch out blueprints for something new. The universe practically hands you a golden pen and whispers, "Write it down." Jupiter's touch expands Mercury's quicksilver energy, turning witty banter into profound insights, casual conversations into opportunities, and fleeting daydreams into visions of the future. If you've been seeking direction in your career, education, or personal growth, this is the day when answers appear, not through force but through flow. The key is to stay open, curious, and ready to capture the moment. Carry a notebook, keep your notes app open, or record voice memos. Your thoughts are not just idle chatter today, they're the seeds of future greatness. Druid, the ash tree, connected with enchantment and creativity, marks your day. A chance meeting could spark inspiration. In the wisdom of the Druids, the ash tree is not just a tree, it is a symbol of enchantment, imagination, and the link between worlds. Today, your spirit aligns with this magical force. The ash is said to carry connections to the heavens and the underworld, acting as a bridge of inspiration for those who are open to receive it. For Gemini, whose mind is always moving, this tree becomes a channel, taking your restless curiosity and transforming it into something creative and meaningful. The energy of the ash today suggests that inspiration won't come in predictable ways. Instead, it may appear suddenly, through a chance meeting, a casual conversation, or even a stranger's words overheard in passing. You may feel as though the universe itself is speaking through others, handing you ideas disguised as coincidences. Don't brush these moments aside. Pay attention to synchronicities, to the feeling of déjà vu, or to the way your intuition nudges you when you encounter someone new. This is not the day to isolate yourself in routine. The ash tree calls you into connection, into the enchanted flow of creativity that comes from engaging with life around you. Allow the unexpected to move you, and you may find your entire perspective shifting in the most magical way. Vedic, Mercury thrives, but Rahu tempts you into overthinking. Balance your intellect with intuition. From the Vedic lens, Mercury is thriving today, filling you with eloquence, sharpness, and intellectual agility. Your words flow smoothly, your curiosity feels endless, and your ability to learn and process information is unmatched. But alongside Mercury's brilliance comes the influence of Rahu, the shadowy lunar node known for creating illusions and amplifying mental restlessness. This is where the challenge arises. While your intellect may soar, Rahu tempts you to overthink, to second-guess yourself, to chase tangents until you feel scattered. For Gemini, who already has a mind that moves in 1,000 directions at once, this influence can become overwhelming if left unchecked. The lesson is to balance your intellect with intuition. If you find yourself spiraling into endless analysis, pause. Take a breath. Ask your heart how it feels, not just your mind what it thinks. Meditation, grounding practices, or simply a walk outdoors can quiet the mental static and allow the truth to rise. When Mercury's brilliance is balanced by intuitive wisdom, your thoughts gain clarity and direction. This is not about silencing your mind, it's about letting your intuition serve as the compass that guides your brilliant intellect toward meaningful action. Flower. The lavender flower infuses calm. Use it to quiet restless energy. Lavender is your guiding flower today, and its message is simple but profound. Calm is the foundation of clarity. As a Gemini, your energy can scatter in a dozen directions, and while that versatility is your strength, it can also leave you feeling restless, anxious, or unfocused. Lavender comes to soften the edges of that restlessness. Known for its soothing scent and healing properties, lavender carries the vibration of peace, balance, and serenity. Surrounding yourself with lavender today, whether through its fragrance, its color, or even a simple image, can help quiet the noise in your mind and bring you back into alignment. Think of lavender not as a flower that dulls your energy, but as one that channels it. It does not suppress your brilliance, it allows your brilliance to shine without burning you out. With lavender's influence, you'll find that your thoughts slow down just enough for you to focus, for your creativity to crystallize into form, and for your restless heart to feel safe. If your mind begins racing or your nerves feel frayed, imagine a field of lavender under a soft breeze, its purple blossoms waving gently, whispering, "Breathe." You already know the way. Stone. Agate keeps your dual nature steady, helping you focus. The stone that protects you today is agate, a crystal known for its grounding and stabilizing qualities. For Gemini, who carries the dual nature of the twins, life often feels like a tug-of-war between competing energies, curiosity versus focus, logic versus emotion, excitement versus calm. Agate steps in as a balancing force, reminding you that you don't have to choose one side of yourself over the other. Instead, it helps you integrate both. This stone works like an anchor, keeping your mind steady when distractions pull you in every direction. It is especially useful today, when Mercury's alignment with Jupiter fills your head with countless ideas. Agate ensures that you don't lose yourself in endless possibilities, but instead channel your energy into what truly matters. Carrying or meditating with agate can help you feel grounded, connected to the earth, and focused. It's a stone of patience and perseverance, qualities that may not always come naturally to Gemini, but which are essential for turning brilliant ideas into real achievements. Think of agate as the quiet friend who reminds you, gently but firmly, you don't have to do everything today. Choose one thing and give it your best. Numerology. With 3 energy amplified, communication is your superpower today. A speech, a letter, or even a heartfelt text can shift everything. Numerologically, today resonates with the vibration of 3, a number that perfectly mirrors Gemini's gifts. 3 is the number of expression, creativity, and communication. It is the voice that connects, the words that heal, the stories that inspire. Under this energy, your natural ability to articulate thoughts becomes your superpower. A conversation today is not just small talk, it can shift perspectives, heal rifts, or open doors. Even the simplest gesture, like a heartfelt text message, can carry weight and ripple outward in powerful ways. If you've been holding back from speaking your truth, this is the time to let your voice be heard. Write the letter, share the idea, make the call. The number 3 amplifies your gift of connection and reminds you that communication is not just about words, it's about energy. It's about how your intention infuses your message. Whether you're speaking to one person or to many, your words today carry a magnetic force. Use them with care, with love, and with awareness, and you'll see how even a single sentence can change everything. Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. Western. The moon, your ruler, sits in harmony with Neptune, inviting deep intuition. Listen closely to dreams or gut instincts. For you, Cancer, the moon is not just a celestial body, it is your ruler, the mirror of your soul, the reflection of your deepest emotions. Today, the moon moves into a gentle harmony with Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and spiritual vision. This alignment is like a veil being lifted, allowing you to see beyond the surface of things and touch the truths that hide beneath. You may find your dreams unusually vivid, filled with symbols or messages that feel significant. Pay attention, they are not random. Neptune often speaks in imagery, in whispers that bypass logic but strike directly at the heart. Your gut instincts today are finely tuned, guiding you toward choices that may not make rational sense at first glance but hold deep truth. Trust them. This is a day when your inner world speaks louder than the external noise, when your sensitivity becomes your greatest compass. It's not about forcing outcomes, but about listening to your body, your emotions, your inner voice. If something feels off, honor that feeling. If something feels right, trust it fully. The harmony between the moon and Neptune today allows you to navigate with grace through subtle currents, turning your sensitivity into profound wisdom. Druid. The beech tree symbolizes tradition and wisdom. Family ties feel especially meaningful now. In the Druid horoscope, you are connected today with the beech tree, a symbol of tradition, memory, and the passing of wisdom through generations. The beech stands tall, its branches wide, its presence dignified, reminding us of the roots we come from and the heritage that shapes us. For you, Cancer, whose sign is already tied to home, family, and emotional security, the beech's influence makes family ties feel especially significant now. You may find yourself reminiscing about childhood, revisiting family traditions, or feeling a pull to honor your ancestors in some way. This is a day when the bonds of family and heritage carry healing energy. If relationships with loved ones have been strained, the beech offers a chance to reconnect, to rebuild bridges, or simply to acknowledge the importance of shared roots. Even if family is not close by, or if you've built your own chosen family, the beech energy reminds you to honor the connections that give you strength. Wisdom today comes not from seeking novelty, but from remembering the lessons of those who walked before you. Look back, reflect, and carry that wisdom forward with pride. Vedic. The lunar influence highlights spirituality. Meditation or a small ritual could bring peace. In Vedic astrology, the moon holds deep sway over emotions and the mind, and today its influence directs you toward spirituality and inner peace. This is not a day for overwhelming tasks or material pursuits. It is a day for the soul. A simple meditation, a quiet prayer, or even a personal ritual, lighting a candle, sitting in silence, or offering gratitude, can bring profound peace. The moon reflects your inner world, and under its spiritual influence, you may feel drawn to explore practices that connect you to something greater than yourself. Don't overcomplicate it. Spirituality today does not demand grandeur, it thrives in simplicity. Even a moment of mindful breathing or watching the sky can open your heart to the infinite. This lunar alignment is a reminder that your emotions are not just reactions, they are pathways to deeper awareness. By honoring them, by creating space to nurture your inner life, you find the serenity that carries you through challenges with grace. Flower. The water lily mirrors your emotional depth and resilience. Your guiding flower today is the water lily, a bloom that perfectly mirrors the essence of Cancer. The water lily grows in still waters, its roots anchored in the mud below, yet its blossoms rise pure and radiant above the surface. This is your story. You carry emotional depth, a sensitivity that allows you to feel everything intensely. Yet, like the water lily, you have the resilience to rise above, to bloom beautifully despite what lies beneath. Today, the water lily reminds you that your emotional world is not a burden, it is your strength. You may encounter moments that stir old wounds or deep feelings, but these emotions are the fertile ground from which your wisdom grows. The water lily whispers, "Do not be afraid of your depth. From it, your beauty arises. Surround yourself with symbols of this flower if you can, or simply carry its image in your mind as a reminder of your resilience. You are both tender and strong, rooted in the past yet blossoming toward the light. Stone. Moonstone enhances intuition and emotional balance. Moonstone is your stone today, and there could not be a more perfect ally for Cancer. This gem is intimately tied to the moon itself, amplifying intuition, calming emotional turbulence, and illuminating the unseen. For you, whose heart is ruled by tides of feeling, Moonstone provides balance, reminding you that emotions are cycles, not permanent states. If you find yourself overwhelmed by feelings or uncertain about decisions, holding Moonstone can help steady your inner waters. It sharpens your intuition, making it easier to distinguish between fleeting moods and true insight. Moonstone also serves as a mirror, reflecting back your inner truths, encouraging you to trust what you already know deep inside. With Moonstone at your side, you become more attuned to synchronicities, more open to spiritual guidance, and more balanced in how you respond to life's ebb and flow. Numerology. The number 1 pushes independence. Today, though, independence means self-trust, not isolation. Numerology highlights the number 1 today, and its influence pushes you toward independence, self-assertion, and new beginnings. For many, the number 1 represents going it alone, but for you, Cancer, the lesson is slightly different. True independence does not mean cutting yourself off from others, it means trusting yourself fully, even as you remain connected. Today, independence means self-trust. It is about believing in your instincts, honoring your own path, and not doubting your inner compass. You may feel called to make a choice or take a step without seeking validation from others. That's the gift of 1, to remind you that you are capable of leading your own life. But at the same time, this number doesn't demand isolation. It simply encourages you to recognize that your foundation is strong enough to support you. Independence today is not about walking away from those you love. It's about standing firmly within yourself so that your relationships, your work, and your dreams all flow from a place of strength rather than need. Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. Western. The sun shines in your 3rd house, highlighting communication. You're magnetic. Use this glow wisely. For you, Leo, the sun is not just any planet, it is your ruler, your eternal source of vitality and identity. Wherever the sun travels, it carries your spirit with it, and today it radiates in your 3rd house of communication, learning, and connection. Imagine a spotlight shining not on a stage but on your voice, your words, your gestures, and the way you express yourself. This is where your magnetism becomes undeniable. People are drawn to you today not just because of what you say, but because of how you say it. Every conversation carries a subtle glow, every story you tell leaves an impression, every message you share seems to land more deeply than you expected. This is the day when charisma flows from you naturally, as if the sun itself had decided to lend you its brilliance in matters of dialogue. But with this gift comes responsibility. The same warmth that can inspire others can also overwhelm or burn if not used carefully. Be mindful of your tone, your intentions, and your audience. You may feel tempted to dominate conversations or to showcase your brilliance without pause, but the true magic of today lies in balance, to shine brightly while also illuminating others. Think of your words as beams of sunlight. When they nurture, they help things grow. When they scorch, they leave lasting damage. The universe is inviting you to use this glow not for vanity, but for influence, connection, and uplifting the people who look to you for light. Druid. The oak tree empowers you with strength and nobility. Your words carry weight today, don't waste them. The Druids revered the oak as the king of trees, a symbol of unshakable strength, endurance, and noble presence. When the oak tree aligns with Leo energy, it does not simply grant you resilience, it bestows a sense of majesty. Picture a mighty oak standing tall through centuries, roots digging deep into the earth while its branches stretch wide, offering shelter to countless beings. That is the essence of your spirit today. Your words, like the oak's presence, hold authority and permanence. When you speak, people listen, not just because of volume or confidence, but because there is something enduring in your tone, something that suggests truth and dignity. The oak tree reminds you that language is power, and power must be handled with care. A careless comment could wound, but a thoughtful phrase could inspire generations. The oak asks you not to waste your words on gossip, trivial complaints, or empty flattery. Instead, channel them into wisdom, encouragement, or guidance. There is nobility in restraint, in choosing silence when words would only harm. And there is majesty in speaking when truth must be spoken. Today, your presence is like that of the oak itself, steady, protective, and commanding respect. The question is, will you use that presence to nurture or to dominate? Vedic, the sun, your ruler, gives you authority, but remember humility. Pride could block progress. In the Vedic tradition, the sun represents the soul, authority, and the shining power of leadership. For you, Leo, the sun is always at home, but today its energy is especially strong. This brings an unmistakable sense of authority. Others may naturally defer to you, trust your judgment, or look to you for direction. But here lies the lesson: authority without humility becomes arrogance, and pride without perspective leads to downfall. The sun can illuminate or it can blind. The temptation for Leo under this influence is to believe that your light is enough, that you alone hold the answers, and that others should follow unquestioningly. Yet the deeper truth is that the greatest leaders recognize they are servants of a higher purpose. Humility today does not mean dimming your light, it means remembering that your light is part of a larger cosmos. When you temper confidence with grace, when you pair command with compassion, your authority becomes unshakable. If pride rises unchecked, however, it could block progress, alienate allies, or create unnecessary conflict. The Vedic sun teaches that dharma, righteous action, must guide your authority. When you align your leadership with service, your influence expands beyond what pride alone could ever achieve. Flower, sunflower, your natural companion, brings optimism. Share it with others. The flower that embodies Leo energy more perfectly than any other is the sunflower. Bold, radiant, unafraid to stand tall, the sunflower turns its face to the light and, in doing so, becomes a light for others. Today, this is your flower, your reminder, and your task. Optimism is not just a mood, it is a gift you can give to others. You have the power to brighten the room, to lift a conversation, to reframe challenges as opportunities simply by choosing to share the warmth you naturally carry. The sunflower does not bloom alone, it grows in fields, creating seas of yellow that inspire awe. Similarly, your joy multiplies when shared. Even if you feel weighed down by your own challenges, embodying the sunflower means finding ways to radiate hope, not in a performative way, but authentically, with the quiet confidence that the sun always rises again. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a small gesture of kindness could have an outsized effect on someone's day. When you channel the sunflower's energy, you become a beacon of optimism in a world that often forgets how to look toward the light. Stone, citrine enhances confidence and abundance. Citrine is often called the stone of the sun, and for Leo, it is a natural ally. This crystal vibrates with joy, confidence, and abundance, amplifying your natural strengths while softening your vulnerabilities. Today, citrine enhances your self-belief, reminding you that your worth is not dependent on constant performance but on your inherent brilliance. Its golden hue resonates with prosperity, attracting opportunities for growth not just materially, but also spiritually and emotionally. Carrying or wearing citrine today can help you approach challenges with courage and optimism, reminding you that even setbacks contain hidden gifts. For Leo, whose pride sometimes masks hidden insecurities, citrine is like a trusted friend whispering, "You are enough. You have everything you need within you." It also protects against negativity, ensuring that your light remains unclouded by envy, criticism, or doubt. With citrine at your side, your natural radiance shines more brightly, and you attract abundance not by demanding it, but by embodying it. Numerology. 1. Energy urges leadership. But true leaders lift others. Encourage, don't command. Numerology today resonates with the vibration of the number 1, the archetype of leadership, independence, and new beginnings. For Leo, This is like fuel to your inner fire. You were born to lead, to stand out, to create paths where none existed. But the subtle lesson hidden within the number 1 today is about how you choose to lead. Will you command, or will you encourage? Will you see leadership as dominance or as empowerment? True leaders don't simply demand obedience. They lift others, inspire growth, and create an environment where everyone shines. The universe is asking you to reconsider what leadership means. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room or the one with the final word. It's about being the one who notices others' potential and nurtures it. If you embrace this form of leadership, your influence multiplies. People will not just follow because they have to, they will follow because they want to. The number 1 energy pushes you to take initiative, but it also challenges you to turn your light outward, illuminating others rather than keeping the spotlight only on yourself. Encourage, don't command, and you'll see that leadership grounded in generosity is leadership that lasts. Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Western. With Mercury sharp, clarity reigns. A great day for planning, organizing, or tackling a tricky problem. Today, Mercury, your ruling planet, moves with a sharpness that cuts through confusion like a finely honed blade. For you, Virgo, this is a gift, as your natural strengths lie in precision, analysis, and thoughtful organization. If you've been juggling too many tasks, struggling to prioritize, or hesitating on a difficult decision, this alignment clears the fog and sharpens your vision. Suddenly, details that once seemed tangled begin to make sense. It's an excellent day to plan, to outline, to set things in order. Whether it's creating a schedule, drafting a project, balancing finances, or simply tidying your space, you'll find that your efforts flow with less resistance than usual. But Mercury's clarity goes beyond practical tasks. It also shines a light on problems that have been nagging at you emotionally or mentally. That tricky issue you've been avoiding? Today is the day you see it clearly enough to address it. Your mind is like a magnifying glass, capable of finding solutions where others see only chaos. Use this gift wisely. Don't waste it on perfectionist spirals or minor flaws. Focus it on what truly matters. This is the kind of day where small steps forward create lasting order. Druid. The hazel tree, linked to wisdom, emphasizes research and insight. Answers hide in details. In the Druidic tradition, the hazel tree symbolizes wisdom, inspiration, and the pursuit of knowledge. It is often connected with the myth of the salmon of wisdom, a creature said to gain infinite knowledge by eating hazelnuts that fell into a sacred well. For you, Virgo, this symbolism could not be more fitting. The hazel calls you today to embrace your natural gift for detail, to dig deeper, to research thoroughly, and to trust that the answers you seek are hiding not in grand gestures but in subtle clues. You may find yourself drawn to books, articles, or conversations that provide sudden flashes of clarity. Or perhaps you'll notice patterns in everyday life that reveal truths others overlook. This is the magic of the hazel. Wisdom is not locked away in distant temples. It is right in front of you, waiting to be uncovered by those who are attentive enough to notice. The hazel tree reminds you that your meticulous nature is not a burden, it is a gift. Others may rush past, but you see what they cannot. Today, trust that insight comes not from haste but from careful observation. Answers are hidden in the details, and you are uniquely equipped to find them. Vedic. Mercury's grace aids learning, but Saturn warns, don't nitpick too harshly. From the Vedic perspective, Mercury blesses you today with heightened learning, quick comprehension, and a graceful ability to process information. This makes it a perfect day for study, communication, and intellectual growth. However, Saturn, ever the strict teacher, casts its gaze upon you, reminding you of the dangers of excessive criticism. Your Virgo mind, already prone to noticing flaws, may feel an even stronger urge today to correct, refine, or demand perfection. While your intentions may be good, there is a risk of going too far, of nitpicking to the point where your sharpness becomes cutting rather than constructive. Saturn asks for balance, discipline without cruelty, precision without rigidity. If you can temper Mercury's quicksilver brilliance with Saturn's patience and restraint, you'll find that your insights are not only accurate but also respected. In other words, share your wisdom gently. Your words can heal or hurt, inspire or discourage. Saturn reminds you that karma attaches to how we deliver truth. Let your precision serve growth, not criticism, and you'll find both harmony and progress. Flower. The daisy, symbolizing purity, helps you simplify life. The daisy is your flower today, and its message is refreshingly simple. Embrace purity, clarity, and the beauty of simplicity. Unlike elaborate roses or exotic orchids, the daisy thrives in its unpretentious charm, reminding you that sometimes the simplest answer is the truest one. As a Virgo, your mind often tangles itself in complexities, analyzing until even clarity feels confusing. The daisy whispers that life doesn't always need to be so complicated. There is strength in simplicity, in choosing honesty over overthinking, in embracing what feels light and true rather than what seems endlessly detailed. Surround yourself with the daisy's energy today by focusing on what truly matters and letting go of unnecessary clutter, mental, emotional, or physical. This flower reflects your pure intentions and reminds you that purity does not mean perfection, it means alignment with truth. Just as a daisy blooms freely in open fields, so too can your spirit flourish when you strip away what is unnecessary. Stone. Peridot enhances focus and reduces stress. Peridot, your guiding stone today, carries the green glow of renewal, focus, and gentle healing. Known as the stone of compassion, it helps reduce stress and release the burdens of overanalysis that often weigh heavily on Virgo's mind. With Peridot, you can channel your attention without letting it become obsessive. It sharpens your focus, allowing you to hone in on what truly matters while easing the tension that comes from perfectionism. If you've been carrying emotional stress, this stone can soothe it, reminding you that productivity and peace can coexist. Peridot also encourages you to release old worries and self-critical patterns that no longer serve you. Its vibration is like a fresh breeze through a cluttered room, clearing away stagnant energy and leaving space for clarity and calm. Carrying or meditating with Peridot today can help you not only work more effectively but also live more gently with yourself. Numerology. 1. Brings beginnings. Start a health routine or a new habit. Small steps matter. Today's numerology vibrates with the energy of the number 1, a number of fresh starts, initiative, and independence. For Virgo, this energy encourages not sweeping changes, but the beginning of a meaningful habit. You may feel a pull to start something new in relation to your health, organization, or self-care. It could be as simple as drinking more water, adding 5 minutes of stretching to your day, or setting aside time to journal. Though these steps may seem small, the number 1 assures you they carry the seed of something much greater. Virgo's strength lies in persistence and attention to detail, and when combined with the boldness of 1, the result is powerful transformation over time. This is not about perfection from the start, it is about beginning with sincerity. The number 1 reminds you that every journey starts with a single step, and your willingness to take that step today can reshape your future in profound ways. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Western. With Venus strong, relationships flourish. Harmony is your superpower today. Venus, your ruling planet, shines brilliantly today, wrapping your spirit in a soft glow that makes every interaction smoother, every conversation warmer, and every relationship feel like it has more room to breathe. This isn't just about romance, though love certainly receives her blessing, but about all the bonds that connect you to others. Friendships, family ties, business partnerships, and even fleeting encounters with strangers are touched by Venus's magic. The natural Libra gift for diplomacy, fairness, and harmony is magnified right now, giving you the ability to ease tensions where they exist and to deepen intimacy where trust already thrives. This is a day to lean into cooperation rather than competition, to value balance over extremes, and to seek common ground where division lingers. But the universe also reminds you of your responsibility in this gift. When your harmony becomes avoidance, you risk pleasing others at your own expense. Today asks you to hold harmony as a conscious choice, not as a habit of silence. Use your natural charm and kindness to build bridges, but do not erase yourself in the process. True balance exists when your voice is heard as much as the voices you are trying to protect. Druid. The olive tree embodies peace. Expect reconciliations or the chance to mend old wounds. In Druid lore, the olive tree symbolizes peace, renewal, and the sacred act of reconciliation. It has long been considered the tree that brings enemies together, ending conflict not by force but by mutual understanding. Today, this archetype rests in your life, Libra, aligning perfectly with your sign's deepest values. Old wounds may resurface, not to reopen but to be healed. A misunderstanding from the past could finally find clarity. A fractured friendship or relationship might reveal the chance for closure, forgiveness, or even rekindling. You may be called to act as mediator in someone else's dispute, and the olive tree gives you the wisdom to hold space for both sides without judgment. Peace is not a passive state, it is an active choice, requiring courage, compassion, and patience. The olive whispers to you that peace begins internally. If you've been battling yourself, if your heart has carried unspoken resentment or guilt, today is a day to offer yourself the same olive branch you might extend to others. Allow the healing energy of this tree to flow through you. When you embrace peace within, you naturally radiate it outward, becoming the very symbol of reconciliation for those around you. Vedic. Venus supports love and art. Express beauty in small ways. Dress up, decorate, or create. In the Vedic tradition, Venus Shukra governs love, beauty, harmony, and the pleasures of life that soothe the soul. Today, Venus showers you with grace, but it is not demanding grand gestures. Instead, the universe invites you to honor beauty in the small, ordinary ways that ripple outwards. Dress in something that makes you feel radiant, even if you have nowhere special to go. Rearrange a corner of your room, add flowers to your table, light a candle, or decorate your space with intention. Cook a meal that delights your senses, not just your body. Express beauty in your words, in the way you compliment someone sincerely, or in the way you choose kindness instead of criticism. These small acts carry sacred power under Venus's gaze. They are not frivolous, they are reminders that beauty is a pathway to divine connection. Vedic wisdom teaches that Venus's gifts are most potent when shared, so don't just keep beauty for yourself. Share it with your partner, your friends, your family, or even the stranger who smiles when you pass them on the street. Today, you embody Venus not by seeking perfection, but by expressing love in the most human, heartfelt ways possible. Flower. Lily, a sign of harmony, enhances emotional clarity. The lily, with its clean, elegant petals, is your symbolic bloom today. It represents not only harmony, but also purity of emotion, helping you see clearly where confusion or conflict once clouded your heart. Lilies grow in stillness, reminding you that clarity often comes when you pause, breathe, and allow yourself to listen to what your heart has been whispering all along. In relationships, the lily's presence suggests an opportunity to clarify feelings, to say what you mean without layers of hesitation or defensiveness, and to listen to others with the same purity of intention. The lily does not complicate, it simplifies, stripping away drama until only truth remains. Carry its energy with you today when you interact with loved ones. Let it remind you that harmony is born not from silencing emotions, but from expressing them authentically and with grace. When you allow emotional clarity to guide you, misunderstandings dissolve, and bonds become stronger, healthier, and more lasting. Stone. Opal boosts creativity and compassion. Opal is a gem of light and shifting color, a reminder that life, like its reflections, is never static but always changing. For you today, opal amplifies creativity and compassion, two qualities that align perfectly with Libra's essence. It encourages you to see beyond black and white thinking and to embrace the beautiful complexity of emotions and perspectives. If you are drawn to creative work, opal enhances inspiration, helping you see possibilities you might otherwise overlook. In relationships, it deepens compassion, allowing you to feel what others feel without losing your own center. This stone teaches that compassion is not about carrying others' burdens, it's about acknowledging their pain while still shining your own light. With opal by your side, you become both an artist of life and a healer of hearts, someone who can weave color into gray days and bring gentleness where harshness once stood. Numerology, the number 1 inspires self-discovery. Don't lose yourself while pleasing others, balance is key. Numerology today resonates with the number 1, the vibration of independence, self-discovery, and new beginnings. For Libra, this number brings both opportunity and challenge. Your natural instinct is to connect, to cooperate, to sometimes sacrifice parts of yourself for the sake of harmony. The number 1 whispers a different message: you, too, matter. Your desires, your dreams, your needs are just as sacred as the peace you create for others. Today is about rediscovering the parts of yourself that may have been overshadowed by your role as a peacemaker. Ask yourself, who am I when I am not balancing others? What do I truly want, independent of external expectations? This does not mean abandoning your gift for harmony, it means making sure that harmony includes you. Balance is key. Self-discovery and connection do not oppose one another, they enrich one another. The number 1 reminds you that when you honor yourself, your relationships grow stronger, because they are built on truth, not sacrifice. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Western, Mars and Pluto stir intense energy. Powerful emotions rise, channel them into transformation, not conflict. For Scorpio, intensity is nothing new, it is the language of your soul. But today, with Mars and Pluto stirring together, your inner fire burns hotter than usual, pulling powerful emotions to the surface. These emotions may feel overwhelming at times: passion, anger, desire, fear, even a longing for change that you can no longer ignore. The danger here is conflict, lashing out, pushing too hard, or allowing your energy to explode in destructive ways. Yet the deeper invitation is transformation. Mars brings raw drive, while Pluto brings the power of rebirth. Together, they offer you the chance to use your emotions as fuel for profound change. If you've been stuck in old habits, relationships, or thought patterns, today's intensity can break chains that seemed unbreakable. This is not a day to run from your feelings. It is a day to face them, channel them, and allow them to guide you into something new. Transformation is rarely comfortable, but it is always liberating. Remember, your emotions are not enemies, they are signals pointing to what must evolve. Druid, the chestnut tree signals honesty. Secrets may surface, forcing you to face truths. In the Druidic tradition, the chestnut tree symbolizes honesty, clarity, and the courage to face truths, even when they are uncomfortable. Today, this tree aligns with your path, Scorpio, and its presence suggests that hidden matters may come to light. Secrets, whether your own or those of others, may surface, demanding acknowledgement. This can feel intense, especially for a sign that values privacy and often prefers to keep its cards close. Yet the chestnut teaches that honesty is the only soil in which real trust can grow. If you have been carrying truths unspoken, consider that the burden of secrecy may weigh heavier than the vulnerability of revelation. Honesty does not always mean bluntness, it means alignment between what you know, what you feel, and what you express. Allow the chestnut tree to remind you that truth, though sometimes painful, is also liberating. Today, you may be given the opportunity to clear the air, to heal through candor, and to find strength not in control but in authenticity. Vedic, Mars empowers but warns against aggression. Use strength for constructive change. From the Vedic perspective, Mars Kuja is a planet of energy, drive, and determination, and for Scorpio, its presence is both empowering and challenging. Today, Mars fuels your ambitions and strengthens your willpower. You may feel a surge of energy that propels you toward your goals, whether in career, personal growth, or relationships. But the shadow of Mars is aggression, an impulse to dominate, to push harder than necessary, to let anger lead rather than discipline. The cosmos cautions you, strength is not meant to destroy but to build. Use your power constructively, whether by committing to a demanding project, beginning a new physical routine, or setting healthy boundaries that protect your energy. Vedic wisdom teaches that when Mars is channeled with discipline, it becomes the warrior who defends justice and creates lasting progress. When uncontrolled, it becomes the aggressor who creates unnecessary conflict. Today, you hold the sword. Decide whether to strike wildly or to carve a path forward with precision and purpose. Flower. Orchid, symbolizing mystery, suits your depth today. The orchid is your flower today, Scorpio, and it mirrors your essence in striking ways. Exotic, mysterious, and delicate yet resilient, the orchid thrives in conditions where other blooms might wither. It symbolizes your complexity, the mix of vulnerability and strength, secrecy and openness, intensity and grace. Today, the orchid encourages you to embrace your depth without apology. You do not need to simplify yourself for others' comfort. Your mystery is not a flaw. It is part of your allure, your strength, your way of navigating a world that often fears what it cannot fully understand. The orchid reminds you that depth requires care. Just as this flower thrives with precise balance of light and shadow, you too must balance your inner extremes. Allow yourself to bloom, not by dimming your intensity, but by nurturing it carefully, tenderly, and with intention. Stone. Obsidian shields you from negativity. Obsidian, forged from volcanic fire, is a stone of protection, transformation, and truth. For Scorpio, its presence today is powerful, as it shields you from negativity, whether from external sources or from the darker corners of your own mind. Obsidian does not just block negativity, it reveals it, bringing to light the thoughts, fears, or toxic influences that must be released for growth to occur. Its energy is like a mirror, reflecting hidden truths and asking you to face them. While this can feel challenging, it is also deeply healing. With obsidian's support, you can move through emotional turbulence without being consumed by it, maintaining your center even when shadows surround you. This stone is a reminder that your strength lies not in denying darkness, but in transmuting it into wisdom. Carry it with you, meditate with it, or simply hold it when emotions feel too strong. It will remind you that you are always capable of facing what arises. Numerology. 1. Energy asks, what must you begin, or end, to truly evolve? Today's numerology vibrates with the energy of the number 1, the number of beginnings, independence, and personal power. For Scorpio, this number carries a unique challenge. Before you can begin something new, you may first need to end something old. The universe asks you to look honestly at what no longer serves you, habits, relationships, beliefs, or patterns that hold you back from transformation. What must be released for you to step fully into your power? The number 1 reminds you that evolution is not just about growth, it is about shedding. You cannot carry everything with you into the future. Decide today. What are you ready to leave behind, and what are you ready to create in its place? This is the essence of Scorpio power, the courage to transform, to let one version of yourself die so another can be reborn. The number 1 is not just about beginnings, it is about the willingness to start anew, even when it means facing the fear of letting go. Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Western. Jupiter blesses your optimism, but Neptune adds fog. Dream big, but double-check facts. Your ruling planet Jupiter is in full radiance today, Sagittarius, showering you with its trademark gifts of hope, vision, and boundless optimism. Under this influence, your imagination stretches farther than usual, and your heart feels the tug of possibility in every direction. It's as if the universe itself has flung open 1,000 doors, each promising an adventure, a new beginning, or a chance to expand your life in ways you've always craved. Yet alongside this generosity, Neptune hovers quietly in the background, weaving its misty threads through your thoughts and your plans. Neptune does not diminish Jupiter's blessings, but it does add a haze, a fog that can make illusions look like opportunities, and wishful thinking look like certainty. This means that today you are called to live in balance, to embrace Jupiter's optimism fully but to hold Neptune's fog with cautious awareness. Dream big, yes, because dreaming is your lifeblood. But before you leap toward every vision, pause and test the ground beneath your feet. Double-check facts, confirm details, and ask yourself if what you see is real or simply a mirage born of longing. The magic of today lies in combining your fiery adventurous spirit with discernment. If you do, you'll not only dream boldly, you'll build something lasting. Druid. The fig tree calls for freedom and adventure. You may crave travel or new experiences. The fig tree has long been revered in ancient traditions as a tree of knowledge, nourishment, and wanderlust, and in the Druidic view it speaks directly to your Sagittarian soul. Its roots are deep, but its branches stretch outward with curiosity, symbolizing your eternal quest for both grounding and freedom. Today, the call of the fig tree echoes loudly in your spirit, urging you toward fresh experiences. You may feel restless in familiar surroundings, as though your body and heart are aching for open skies, unfamiliar roads, or even just the thrill of trying something you've never done before. This does not always have to mean boarding a plane to far-off lands. The spirit of travel can also manifest in the courage to step beyond your routine, to wander into new ideas, new communities, or new perspectives that challenge what you thought you knew. The fig tree whispers, freedom is not escape. Adventure is not avoidance. They are doorways to wisdom. If you follow this call today, even in small ways, a walk down a street you've never taken, a book from a genre you've never explored, a conversation with someone from a different culture, you'll find your restless craving satisfied by experiences that enrich you. Your soul expands when you say yes to the unknown, and the fig tree promises that today, discovery awaits you if you're willing to listen. Vedic, Jupiter guides you, but beware distraction. Focus on one big vision, not 10 small ones. From the Vedic perspective, Jupiter, or Guru, as it is called, is the great teacher, the bringer of wisdom, and the guide who illuminates your path toward higher truth. For Sagittarius, Jupiter is not just a planet, it is your essence, the constant reminder that life is a quest for meaning and purpose. Today, Guru shines brightly, offering you the clarity to recognize what truly matters and the courage to pursue it. But here is the challenge. Sagittarius energy often scatters when the world presents too many enticing paths. Jupiter's blessing today can tempt you into saying yes to everything at once, 10 projects, 10 adventures, 10 ideas, and in doing so, you risk diluting your power. The lesson today is focus. Choose one vision that truly stirs your spirit, one path that aligns with your highest values, and pour your energy into that fully. Vedic wisdom reminds you that depth outweighs breadth. You can travel far by going in many directions at once, but you will only reach truth by walking with commitment down one. The universe supports your expansion, but it asks you not to scatter your gifts. Today, anchor your adventurous energy into a single great pursuit, and you'll find Jupiter's guidance far more rewarding than chasing endless distractions. Flower, carnation, symbolizing vitality, boosts your energy. The carnation is your guiding bloom today, Sagittarius, and its symbolism is tailor-made for your fiery, restless nature. This flower embodies vitality, strength, and enduring passion, the very qualities that fuel your adventurous soul. Carnations thrive in many colors and environments, representing versatility, adaptability, and a willingness to flourish wherever life plants them. For you, this bloom amplifies your energy, reminding you that your zest for life is not just a personality trait, but a wellspring of strength that can be shared. When your energy surges today, channel it into something meaningful, whether that's pursuing an exciting new project, rekindling enthusiasm for an old dream, or bringing joy and encouragement to those around you. Carnations are often given as tokens of admiration and affection, and this mirrors your role today, to uplift, to energize, and to spread vitality in a way that touches others. Just as the carnation endures with resilience, you too can sustain your adventurous spirit not by burning out in all directions, but by feeding your vitality wisely. Stone, turquoise enhances wisdom and travel luck. Turquoise has been treasured for centuries by travelers, shamans, and seekers as a stone of protection, wisdom, and expanded vision. For you, Sagittarius, this stone is a natural ally, reflecting your deep connection to exploration and higher knowledge. Today, turquoise enhances your wisdom, sharpening your intuition so that you can discern truth from illusion, a powerful aid in navigating Jupiter's optimism and Neptune's fog. Its energy is like a compass, guiding you toward the right decisions, the right journeys, and the right opportunities for growth. Turquoise is also traditionally believed to bring luck in travel, both physical and spiritual. If you are embarking on a literal journey, this stone serves as a guardian, ensuring safe passage and meaningful encounters. If your travel today is more metaphorical, a new mental or emotional path, turquoise provides clarity, helping you avoid distractions and focus on the wisdom waiting to be uncovered. Carry it, wear it, or meditate with it, and you'll feel more grounded in your explorations, knowing that each step you take is guided and protected. Numerology. The number 1 aligns with exploration. Start learning something new. It could reshape your future. Numerology today vibrates with the power of the number 1, the essence of independence, new beginnings, and bold exploration. For Sagittarius, this is like a green light from the cosmos, urging you to step forward into something you've been curious about but perhaps hesitant to pursue. The number 1 says, begin. This may mean starting a new course of study, learning a new skill, or diving into a subject that has always fascinated you but felt out of reach. The act of learning, of expanding your mind, is not just intellectual for you. It's spiritual. It reshapes your worldview and sets you on a new trajectory. Even the smallest beginning today, like reading a new book, joining a class, or opening yourself to a new perspective, could set off a chain of events that transforms your future. Exploration is not always about geography. Sometimes it is about stretching your inner horizons. The number 1 reminds you that the courage to begin is the seed from which all future discoveries will grow. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Western. Saturn reminds you to stay disciplined, but today's energies soften the pressure. Balance work and rest. Saturn, your ruling planet, is often seen as the strict teacher of the cosmos, demanding discipline, perseverance, and hard work from those under its gaze. For Capricorn, this stern presence is familiar, almost comfortable, shaping you into someone who understands that nothing worthwhile comes without effort. Yet today, Saturn's energy is softened by other planetary influences, easing its weight and allowing you to find balance. You may feel that the constant pressure to push, achieve, and perform relaxes just enough to remind you of the value of rest and renewal. This is not a day to abandon discipline, it is a day to temper it with kindness. You may discover that progress comes not only from working harder, but from pausing, reflecting, and allowing space for your energy to restore. Saturn's lesson today is that discipline without rest becomes rigidity, while balance creates sustainability. Use this softened energy to check in with yourself. Are you pushing beyond your limits, or are you balancing effort with recovery? The most successful structures are not those that never bend, but those that know how to adapt. Druid. The elm tree embodies dignity. Others may look to you for leadership. In the wisdom of the Druids, the elm tree represents dignity, grace, and the quiet strength of those who inspire without force. Its tall, noble form has long been associated with stability and respect, qualities that resonate deeply with Capricorn's nature. Today, the elm tree walks with you, asking you to embody this dignity fully. Others may turn to you for leadership, guidance, or support, not because you demand it, but because they trust your steadiness. The elm teaches that true authority is not loud or imposing. It is calm, grounded, and earned through consistent integrity. You may find yourself in situations today where your words or actions carry more influence than usual. Remember that the elm does not sway easily, nor does it boast of its strength. It simply stands, a living pillar of dignity. In the same way, your presence today has the power to inspire others, not through displays of dominance, but through the quiet assurance that you can be relied upon. Lead not with commands, but with example, and you will leave a lasting impression. Vedic. Saturn teaches patience. Today, progress is slow but steady. From the Vedic lens, Saturn, Shani, is not just a planet of discipline. It is a karmic teacher, one who guides souls toward endurance, humility, and long-term success. For Capricorn, Saturn's lessons are part of your very essence, shaping your path into one of persistence. Today, Saturn's energy emphasizes patience. You may feel as though your goals are moving slowly, that results take longer than you'd like, or that the universe is asking you to pause when you wish to run. But Vedic wisdom reminds you that steady progress is more enduring than rapid leaps. Shani teaches that every delay is purposeful, every obstacle an opportunity to build resilience, and every slow step part of a larger divine rhythm. Today is not the day to demand immediate results. It is the day to trust that the seeds you've planted will grow in their own time. Progress may be gradual, but it is steady, and under Saturn's guidance, it is also lasting. Flower. Violet, symbolizing modesty, brings quiet strength. The violet is your guiding flower today, and its energy mirrors Capricorn's quieter, often misunderstood strengths. Unlike bold, showy blooms, the violet thrives in modest beauty, its strength lying not in being the most visible but in enduring gracefully. This flower symbolizes humility, modesty, and the quiet strength that comes from knowing your worth without needing to shout it. For you, Capricorn, the violet encourages you to embrace this quiet power. You may not always demand recognition, but your dedication and resilience speak volumes without words. Today, let the violet remind you that strength does not have to be loud to be real. Approach your tasks with grace, your relationships with humility, and your goals with steady resolve. Others may underestimate you at first glance, just as they might overlook the violet among flashier flowers, but your impact is lasting and profound. Stone. Onyx supports perseverance. Onyx is a stone of grounding, endurance, and determination, perfectly aligned with your Capricorn nature. Today, its energy supports your perseverance, helping you stay committed to your goals even when challenges arise. Onyx teaches that strength is not just physical or mental, it is spiritual, a deep-rooted force that carries you through difficulties with unwavering resolve. This stone also protects against negative energies, shielding you from doubt, fear, or the draining influence of others who might question your path. When you hold onyx, you are reminded of your ability to endure, to keep walking forward even when progress feels slow or obstacles feel heavy. It is a companion for long journeys, encouraging you to trust in the process rather than rushing to the finish line. With onyx by your side, your perseverance becomes not just survival, but mastery. Numerology. With one's energy, new responsibilities may arise. Take them, your persistence pays off. Numerology today carries the vibration of the number 1, which symbolizes new beginnings, independence, and leadership. For Capricorn, this energy often arrives in the form of new responsibilities, new roles, or fresh challenges that demand your commitment. While others might shy away from added weight, you instinctively understand that responsibility is not a burden but a pathway to growth. Today, you may be called to take on a task, a role, or a project that feels daunting at first. The number 1 encourages you to say yes, knowing that your persistence will turn this opportunity into success. Small steps taken with discipline will multiply, and the rewards, though not immediate, will be meaningful and lasting. The message is clear. Embrace responsibility not as an obstacle, but as a gift, one that proves your strength and shapes your destiny. Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Western. Uranus sparks sudden insights. Be ready for surprises, especially in friendships. Uranus, your modern ruling planet, is the planet of awakening, upheaval, and revolutionary change. Its energy is rarely subtle, and today it stirs your mind like a lightning strike, flooding you with fresh perspectives and unexpected realizations. You may find that an idea arrives out of nowhere, so original, so unconventional, that it shifts the way you see yourself, your goals, or even your community. Friendships, in particular, are highlighted. A friend may surprise you with a revelation, a sudden request, or an act of kindness that reminds you how vital these bonds are to your journey. On the flip side, Uranus can also shake relationships that feel stagnant, pushing you toward honesty and authenticity. This planetary influence doesn't seek to destroy, it seeks to awaken, and sometimes that awakening comes through disruption. Be prepared for surprises, whether they arrive as breakthroughs in conversation, new opportunities within your social circles, or a sudden change in the dynamics of a friendship. The key is flexibility. If you resist change, the day may feel unsettling, but if you flow with Uranus's unpredictable rhythm, you'll discover that surprises are not obstacles, they are invitations to grow, to innovate, and to deepen your connections. Druid. The rowan tree, tied to intuition and protection, shields you today. The rowan tree holds a sacred place in Druidic tradition, known as the Tree of Life, and often planted near homes to guard against negative forces. Its energy is both protective and intuitive, offering a shield of subtle strength that doesn't overwhelm but instead nurtures quietly. Today, the rowan tree stands as your guardian, Aquarius. Its presence reminds you that even as Uranus brings disruption, you are not unprotected. Rowan whispers that intuition is your shield. If something feels wrong, trust it. If something feels right, lean into it. The tree's berries, red against green, were once thought to symbolize the balance of life and spirit, and this balance is exactly what you are called to embrace. You may feel drawn toward mystical practices today, perhaps a simple ritual, journaling, or spending time in nature where rowan energy is strongest. These small acts reconnect you to your deeper self and remind you that protection does not always come from walls or barriers, but from inner clarity. Carry Rowan's lesson. When you listen to your intuition, you are shielded. Vedic. Rahu fuels innovation but clouds clarity. Ground your ideas before acting. In Vedic astrology, Rahu is the shadow planet, the great disruptor and illusionist, yet also the spark that ignites ambition and innovation. Its energy is restless, futuristic, and unafraid of the untested, which aligns with your Aquarian thirst for progress. Today, Rahu fuels your creativity, filling your mind with bold, boundary-breaking visions. You may suddenly feel inspired to pursue a new invention, to explore uncharted technologies, or to champion causes that stretch beyond the present moment into the future. But Rahu, while visionary, often clouds clarity. It tempts you to chase illusions, to act on impulses before grounding them in reality. The lesson today is to embrace Rahu's spark while tempering it with discipline. Write your ideas down, let them breathe, share them with someone you trust to help you separate brilliance from distraction. When grounded, Rahu's influence becomes a gift, an engine of innovation that propels you forward. Without grounding, it risks scattering your energy into empty pursuits. Today, your task is simple but profound. Honor your ideas, but let them take root before you act. Flower. Orchid, symbolizing uniqueness, celebrates your individuality. The orchid blooms today as your floral guide, and its message is one of individuality, refinement, and the courage to stand apart. Orchids are unlike ordinary flowers. They are rare, exotic, and varied in countless forms, just as Aquarius is known for being unlike any other sign. This flower mirrors your essence, a soul that thrives not by blending in, but by honoring the strange, the eccentric, and the innovative parts of yourself. Today, the orchid calls you to celebrate your uniqueness openly. Don't shrink your quirks or silence your unconventional thoughts. Instead, let them flourish. Whether in style, ideas, or personal expression, your individuality is not just an asset, it is your superpower. The orchid reminds you that true beauty lies in authenticity, not imitation. When you share your originality, you give others permission to embrace their own, creating a ripple effect of freedom and creativity. Stand tall like the orchid today, unapologetically different, beautifully rare, and fully yourself. Stone. Amethyst calms nerves while stimulating vision. Amethyst has long been prized as a stone of spiritual clarity, calming energy, and visionary insight. For Aquarius, its dual role is especially powerful. On one hand, amethyst soothes your restless nerves, bringing peace when Uranus and Rahu stir chaos in your mind. On the other, it sharpens your inner vision, heightening intuition and opening the doorway to higher realms of understanding. Today, amethyst is your anchor and your lantern. Carry it, wear it, or meditate with it, and you'll find yourself calmer, more centered, yet also more connected to flashes of wisdom and creative ideas. It allows you to step back from the whirlwind of thoughts and see patterns you might have otherwise missed. With amethyst by your side, you can hold space for both stillness and inspiration, ensuring that your insights today are not only brilliant but also actionable. Numerology. The number 1 empowers originality. Start a project that feels authentically you. The numerology of today vibrates with the essence of the number 1, the energy of beginnings, independence, and pure originality. For Aquarius, this is a cosmic alignment, amplifying your natural drive to create something new, something never before seen. This is not the day to mimic others or to follow the crowd. The number 1 calls you to begin a project, however small, that is undeniably your own. Maybe it's writing down an idea you've been carrying, starting a blog, designing something unique, or finally taking the first step toward a dream that feels unconventional. The point is not size or scale, it is authenticity. The number 1 whispers, be the pioneer. When you align your originality with action, even a tiny beginning today can blossom into something groundbreaking. Start, because what you create now has the power to reshape your future. Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Western, Neptune stirs dreams and imagination. A perfect day for creativity or reflection. Neptune, your ruling planet, moves softly but powerfully through your life today, weaving dreams, imagination, and intuition into every moment. Its influence feels like drifting into a dream world, where boundaries blur and reality feels touched by something mystical. For Pisces, this is a blessing, amplifying your natural gift of creativity and reflection. Today, you may feel more inspired than usual, whether to paint, write, sing, or simply let your mind wander into realms unseen. The inner world is rich, and Neptune invites you to explore it fully. Yet Neptune also requires care. It can blur lines, making you susceptible to illusions or escapism if you're not grounded. Use this energy for creative pursuits, for quiet reflection, or for reconnecting with your spiritual side. Allow yourself to dream, but remember to capture those dreams in tangible form. Write them down, paint them, or turn them into plans. Today is a day when imagination can lead to lasting inspiration if you let it flow consciously. Druid, the willow tree links you with intuition and emotions. Let feelings flow. The willow tree has always been tied to water, intuition, and the ebb and flow of emotions, qualities that resonate deeply with Pisces. Known as the tree of enchantment in Druid lore, the willow bends gracefully without breaking, teaching the wisdom of flexibility, receptivity, and emotional depth. Today, the willow reminds you to stop resisting your feelings and instead allow them to flow naturally. If emotions rise, whether joy, sadness, longing, or peace, honor them. They are not weaknesses, they are rivers carrying you closer to understanding yourself. Spend time near water if you can, as the willow's energy is strongest there. The tree's lesson for you today is that strength is found not in rigidity but in surrender. By flowing with your emotions instead of suppressing them, you find healing and clarity. The willow whispers, trust the tides of your heart, they know the way. Vedic, Neptune amplifies spiritual energy. Music, meditation, or prayer feel extra powerful now. Though Neptune is not a traditional planet in Vedic astrology, its spiritual influence resonates with Pisces when interpreted through a modern Vedic lens. Today, Neptune magnifies your spiritual energy, drawing you toward practices that connect you with the divine. Music, meditation, chanting, or prayer will feel especially powerful now, almost as if the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinner. If you've been feeling disconnected, this is the day to restore your bond with your higher self. You may also notice heightened intuition, flashes of insight, symbolic dreams, or subtle signs guiding your path. Vedic wisdom would remind you to channel this energy mindfully. Neptune's amplification is beautiful, but it can also overwhelm, tempting you into escapism. Ground yourself through simple rituals. Light a candle, listen to devotional music, or breathe deeply during meditation. Today is a chance to touch the divine more closely than usual, and even the smallest act of spiritual devotion can open doors to profound peace. Flower, lotus, symbolizing transcendence, is your guide today. The lotus flower, rising pure and radiant from muddy waters, has long symbolized spiritual transcendence, purity, and resilience. For Pisces, the lotus is a perfect guide today, reflecting your ability to transform emotional depths into wisdom and beauty. Just as the lotus thrives in murky waters without being tainted, you too can rise above confusion, pain, or uncertainty with grace. This flower calls you to remember that your challenges do not define you. What defines you is how you transcend them. Today, Let the lotus guide you toward your higher self. Engage in practices that uplift you, seek beauty in the everyday, and remind yourself that even in difficult circumstances, your spirit is capable of blooming. Like the lotus, your true essence is untouched by chaos. It is eternal, radiant, and divine. Stone, aquamarine deepens peace and clarity. Aquamarine, a stone tied to the sea, reflects calm, clarity, and gentle truth. Its energy today resonates deeply with Pisces, calming turbulent emotions and allowing your inner world to settle like a still lake. When you work with aquamarine, you may find that your thoughts untangle, your anxieties soften, and your ability to see clearly strengthens. This stone also enhances honest communication, encouraging you to express your feelings with kindness and openness instead of hiding them. If Neptune's dreamlike influence feels overwhelming, aquamarine grounds you, offering both serenity and clarity. Carry it close, wear it, or meditate with it, and you'll feel more aligned with both your emotions and your higher guidance. Aquamarine reminds you that peace is not the absence of feeling, it is the presence of clarity within feeling. Numerology, with the number 1 in play, begin a personal ritual. A small daily act can anchor your soul. Numerology today resonates with the energy of the number 1, the vibration of beginnings and individuality. For Pisces, this number calls you to establish a ritual that is uniquely your own, one that anchors your soul amidst life's shifting tides. This does not need to be grand or elaborate. In fact, its simplicity is what makes it powerful. It could be journaling a single thought each morning, lighting a candle at night, practicing gratitude before sleep, or even placing your hand on your heart to remind yourself of your own presence. The number 1 reminds you that beginnings often start small, but over time they grow into habits that shape your entire life. By creating a ritual today, you create an anchor, something steady to hold onto, something that nourishes your soul daily. Begin, and let this ritual become a quiet foundation for your growth. Final thought: October 3rd is not just about beginnings, it's about aligning all beginnings with truth. Across Western, Druid, Vedic, flower, and stone horoscopes, plus the push of numerology, one theme echoes. This is a day to trust yourself, take a step forward, and embrace the energy of new starts. The universe is whispering, "Are you listening?"